Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Lily and I am a non-native English teacher. In this video I'm going to tell you about 3 mistakes I wish I hadn't made when I just started teaching English online. So if you are a newbie in teaching, this video will help you avoid making the same mistakes. Let's get started. When I started teaching about 5 years ago, I didn't really have anybody to ask for help. So I had to pave the way for myself by myself, and I had to go through the journey of trial and error and awkward moments and mistakes and all that stuff. So one of the points of this video is to help those people who might be feeling like that as well. You know, if you have just started teaching or if you want to start teaching, you will be aware of these mistakes and you might probably make them a few times anyway, because that's how humans work. You know, we need to actually make our own mistakes in order to learn something. But anyway, at least you will be aware that these things exist and you will pay more attention to them. Because like I said, I wasn't really aware of them and I had to learn the hard way and it took a bit of time. So this video and these insights are kind of like a little shortcut so that you don't have to go through that gap of mistakes and you can kind of build the bridge around it. The first mistake that I wish I hadn't made is being terrified of not knowing a word that a student asks me. And of course, nobody likes looking stupid, and if you are a teacher, you understand that a student has come to your class in order to receive knowledge and in order to learn something. And if you are not capable of explaining one word, you are a huge disappointment, correct? Wrong. The point is that teachers are human and we have not been programmed to have all the answers in this universe, so it is okay not to know something sometimes. If you don't know something, it's okay, it's fine. Admit it, don't be afraid of it, and it happens. It's not the end of the world. But I know it's hard because I remember being at times where my over-dramatizing brain would literally think that if I don't know something, if I'm not able to answer a student's question, they will just, like, one question. I'm not talking about, not being able to structure the class, like not being able to answer one single question. My brain would literally tell me that they're going to quit and they're going to stop working with me and studying with me, and I'm gonna just basically die because I'm not gonna have students, etc. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but I had those thoughts. So if you have experienced something similar and if your brain is also a drama queen at times, just understand that you are not the only one. It happens to the most of us, to the best of us, to everyone at some point or another. So understand it's okay and accept that fact that you will make mistakes along the way and you will not have all the answers. But guess what? You'll have to learn those things and you'll have to develop your knowledge and you'll have to just keep going and get better and better every single day. The second mistake that I want you to avoid is always trying to stick to the lesson plan. Personally, I'm the type of person who really likes structure. When I don't have the structure at work, when I don't have the structure in my personal life, I feel very lost and I feel like I lack focus and direction in my life. That's kind of the philosophy that I was using in my first classes as well. And I would always, no matter what, no matter how my students were feeling, no matter what they were saying, or even if they sounded sad or with low energy, I would still direct the class back to the lesson plan that I had built before, because that's what I thought I needed to do. Like, teachers have to have lesson plans and we need to follow them because otherwise we're not delivering value and the student is not learning anything and stuff like that. With experience, I've realized that I need to pay more attention to the student himself or herself, because I can always teach them that material that I'd planned to teach, but if I understand that it's just not the most suitable material today at this particular moment, I'm very flexible and very open to students' ideas. If they don't want to speak, I will, direct the class onto something else, another skill. This definitely took me a while to learn, and I feel like we can always learn more and learn to listen better and be better as teachers. To put it shortly, I would say that my tip is don't be afraid to deviate from the lesson plan. Don't be afraid to change the direction of the class if you understand that your student is not feeling it, or maybe just, you've prepared a class about a topic and then you understand that he shows no interest in it whatsoever. It's okay. It's better than, spending a whole hour talking about something that is either too difficult, too easy, or just too boring for the student. It's definitely better. So don't be afraid of flexibility in your class organization and class structure. Mistake number 3, and the final for today's video, is overlook the importance of good equipment. Now, in my previous videos, and you can watch them over here, I talked a little bit about how I started teaching and my first job, my first position. But to put it shortly, I would teach my first English classes sitting on the bed in the room of my campus, of my university campus. And I did have headphones, but I think they were just kind of those Android headphones and very low quality and basically not suitable for online teaching, because the sound and the picture and the lighting are crucial if you want to build a good image around yourself as an expert, and if you just want your students to focus, because if your sound is crappy, obviously they will just pay attention to those noises or neighbors or birds flying, I don't know, anything, but not the thing that you are saying. So they will not be able to learn anything, they will not be able to concentrate, and that's just not going to be a successful class. So I do believe in the importance of good equipment, and I'm so glad to say that I have found what seems to be the best headset for online teaching. It's this little device over here, and it's light, it's compact, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. If you want to find out the name of the model that I'm using, you can click the link in the description and you can go check out my latest blog post where I actually talked about that specifically. So click the link down below. I want to end this video with a little review of those 3 tips that I've mentioned. So tip number 1, don't be afraid to not know something, and don't be afraid to not have all the answers to the questions that your students have. Tip number 2, don't always try to stick to the lesson plan and be open to flexibility in your classes. And tip number 3, don't overlook the importance of good equipment, and please invest in a good device for your work, a good laptop, a computer, and a good headset. With that being said, we are done for today's video. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have found this useful. If you have, please leave me a comment below with a fire emoji or something like that, and please subscribe to the channel not to miss any future videos. Also, I am active on Instagram, and you can find all the links over here, so I'll be happy to connect with you further. And if you want to enter the community of teachers, you can click the links below to join either a Facebook group or a Telegram chat where we share lesson ideas, experiences, difficulties, and just support each other in our career and in our lives. Thanks once again, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.